ESPN every year comes out with its top 100 player rankings in the NBA. And a lot of these rankings, I really do feel like, are made to piss people off and make them talk about it. I'm not so sure about that. But what I'm trying to say is that the way they ranked Raptors players here is extraordinarily disrespectful. Let's first of all start at the top 100. Now, you might be wondering, why have I gone to a screen that contains Bojan Bogdanovic at number 100? Now, the reason for this is because I went through, this is 100 to 26. By the way, spoiler alert, all Raptors are in that section. Why am I on a picture of Bojan Bogdanovic? Because Gary Trent Jr. is not in this list. And he is. And he is. And so is Grant Williams. So is Mitchell Robinson. Kevin Love is good. Seth Curry's good. So is Keegan Murray. He's not even in the NBA yet. What? So is Brandon Clark. And we're trying to say that these guys are all better than Gary Trent Jr. That's, first of all, right off the bat, ridiculous statement. Then, let's keep going. OG Anunoby at number 75. OG Anunoby at number 75. This is crazy to me. This is crazy to me. OG Anunoby is an excellent offensive and even better defensive player. I feel like this list has just not taken into account at all the fact that basketball, there also is defense here. OG Anunoby is an incredible defender, one of the best in the league. Average of career high points, and is an efficient shooter, is especially efficient from three. How is he 75? Lower than, Harrison Barnes is okay. How is he lower than John Collins? How is he lower than Al Horford? How is he lower than Spencer Dinwiddie? Some of these guys, like, there's a lot of these guys, like Russell Westbrook, Jeremy Grant. There's a lot of guys that OG Anunoby should be higher. I'm surprised Ben was this low. OG Anunoby should be higher than 75 in this list. Let's keep going. Scottie Barnes, 39. Now, Scottie Barnes at 39. This is a guy coming off his rookie season. I thought 39 was actually a little bit more than generous. I thought, okay, 39. That makes a bit of sense. What doesn't make sense is that Scottie Barnes just won the NBA's Rookie of the Year award. Just won it. We have not had an NBA game. We have not had an NBA regular season game. Actually, let's go this far. The only finalist for the Rookie of the Year award that has played a game since he won the award is Scottie Barnes, because the other two of the finalists did not make the playoffs. Therefore, they did not play. So we have not seen these guys play since this guy was voted by the NBA to be the number one best rookie in the league. Yet somehow I scroll down and Evan Mobley is 36 and Cade Cunningham is 35. Like, again, I'm going to say we have Scottie Barnes at 39, which I think is a pretty fair position for him. Yet he is lower than the two guys, one that he significantly beat in voting, one that he just beat. But this is just after he was voted better than both of these players. That just doesn't add up in my book. Fred VanVleet, number 38. Now, this actually, I think, you saw when I scrolled there. I think this is a pretty solid area for Fred. I'm not going to be upset about this. Fred VanVleet at number 38. He's behind Klay. Fair enough. We'll give Klay, the Klay Thompson advantage here. I don't know about right now, but we'll give Klay the advantage. Just won a chip. Marcus Smart, he just won DPOY. Fine. Kyrie 33. I think that's a bit high. I think this is a good area for Fred. That makes a bit of sense. I just spoiled the next one, but that's good. I like Fred VanVleet at about 30, 38. That's not one that I'm going to be too upset about. And then we scroll down to the last one, and we kind of spoiled it. Pascal Siakam at number 30. Did we not just watch this guy essentially will this Raptors team, will them to the 5th seed with 48 wins this season. Did we not just watch Pascal Siakam do that? Did we not just see Pascal Siakam make the All-NBA third team, which could indicate he's a top 15 player in the league. Now, he's not a top 15 player. What Pascal Siakam is, after averaging a career high by far in rebounds, a career high by a good amount in assists, nearly 23 points on incredibly efficient shooting, carrying the load on offense for this Raptors team. Can we not safely say he is a top 25 player in the NBA? The Brandon Ingram debates are understandable. I have him above Brandon Ingram, but I think those are debatable. DeRozan, okay. After the season he had, sure. LaVine, debatable. Siakam, I would have over Drew Holiday. And then there's a 25-11 on this list. But I really don't understand how Pascal Siakam had that season that he had. And it's 30. The one that is most shocking to me is Gary Trent Jr. not even making the list. That is incredibly shocking to me. And I just don't understand how Scottie Barnes is below the two rookies that he was literally voted to have been better than. Maybe the ESPN guys who made this list didn't vote for Scottie. I don't know. But this is by ESPN.com. How did they come up with these? The ESPN's rank panel composed of over 200 reporters, editors, producers, analysts. So all of these people who had just voted for Scottie to be better than these guys voted him worse. And I'm really getting this sense that when guys, I listen to ESPN podcasts, I'm really getting the sense that when people talk about the Cavaliers, they talk about them like they have 4 All-Stars. Granted, they have 3. Jared Allen made the All-Star team. I get he made the All-Star team. I don't think we should talk about Jared Allen as an All-Star. He was an All-Star, yes. But when we talk about All-Star players, Jared Allen is a tick below that, in my opinion. He was an All-Star, and I recognize this, yes. Garland is an All-Star. He was an All-Star, great ascending point guard. I'm not suggesting he's not. Donovan Mitchell, All-Star. Very, very, very good player, of course. They talk about Evan Mobley like he's already an All-Star. And, it's a given that he's going to make one at some point, sure. But it's just, they talk about them, they have 4 All-Stars when you talk about Cleveland. When people talk about the Raptors, they don't say any of that. Whenever they talk about Fred VanVleet, they don't talk about Fred VanVleet, the All-Star. They just talk about Fred. Oh, he's a good player. Yeah, good point guard. When we talk about Garland the All-Star. Why is it not the same? Siakam made All-NBA, which is more impressive of a feat than making the All-Star team. And it's never discussed as such. It's just strange to me. And when people on ESPN talk about Evan Mobley, they just, oh my God, they melt over this guy. They melt over this guy when they're talking about him. Scottie Barnes. Granted, they are really respectful of Scottie Barnes. It's not the same. They don't give the same emotion and same sort of respect for Scottie Barnes that they're giving to Evan Mobley. That's just what I'm seeing. The connotations for these players are different, and it's very difficult to convince me that this is not you'll find it difficult to convince me this isn't because of one team plays in Canada, one team plays in the United States. One team was a lot more successful than the other. One team made the playoffs. The other team didn't. There's a big difference there. So, we'll see how it all plays out this season. I was under the impression since the Donovan Mitchell trade that the Cavaliers were now better than the Raptors. Before that trade, Raptors were the better team in my opinion. When that trade happened, I was like, okay, it looks like the Cavs have kind of overtaken us there. But the more I think about it, the more I begin to convince myself. I don't know why I'm targeting the Cavs here, but I just am. The more I think about it, the more I am convincing myself the Raptors are better than this Cavs team. Cavs have a lot of top-heavy talent. The bench maybe isn't the best. Kevin Love, we'll see if he can replicate that 6th Man of the Year finalist spot that he had, of course. But they still do not have a 3. Isaac Okoro is not good. Karis LeVert is underwhelming. And it looks like Dean Wade can be starting the 3. Now, we can respect Dean Wade. But they're definitely lacking in that position. And the bench in general could use a little bit of extra work, in my opinion. So, we'll see how that all plays out as it goes to this list. Gary Trent not being on this list is ridiculous. OG being 75th is ridiculous. Scottie being 39th is fine, but being under the two guys he was voted ahead of blows my mind. Fred at 38, like that. Siakam at 30, not high enough. That's how I did react to what we saw from the ESPN's top 100 list. I mean, it is what it is. It's ESPN. They don't care about the Raptors, so we have to take it for what it is. But we like being the underdog. We like having that sort of chip on our shoulder, go at them type of thing. So we're going to take it, and we're going to run with it, and we're hopefully going to be great this season. Super excited for the season. These guys are going to prove these people wrong again. Let's go get it.